Good morning. Tomorrow is Sunday, another opportunity to come to worship. I know that some people won't be there for a good reason, but Bill and Betty Eads, this will be their last Sunday with us. And if you'd like to say goodbye to the Eads, this will be your opportunity. So come say goodbye to Bill and Betty and join us for worship service tomorrow morning. This week I had to go to Summit Hospital twice. Once to have some lab work done, and then once to go over that lab work with the doctor. When I got there to get my lab work done, the receptionist told me, "You tried to register online, but you didn't complete your registration." And I said, "You're exactly right, because I got in this thing that wanted me to put my credit card, store it in your computer so that you could ding my account anytime you wanted, and I'm not going to do that." She said, "Well, you can just opt out of it." I said, "Well, that's what my wife told me, but I couldn't find how to opt out of it, and I got stuck in it, so I just ended it." So she offered to let me re-register again, that I'd have to do it all over again. And I could do it on one of their tablets, or I could do it on my cell phone. And I said, "Well, I'll do it on my cell phone." So I went through, and most of the information's already there. It's just verifying it. And I got down to the part where my options were to continue to pay online. I went up to her, I said, "Look, I don't want to continue. How do I opt out?" She says, "Well, you got to go to the next page." So I went to the next page and I said, "Okay, it says continue. How do I opt out?" She said, "We go to the bottom of the page." And I scrolled down and said, "I don't see a bottom." She said, "Keep going." So I kept scrolling, get down to the bottom of the page, and it says, you can decline out of this or you can continue to store it. And I'm thinking, why wouldn't I have put that further up? Except they're trying to force people to continue on and get the credit card information. So I opted out of it and finished my registration. Well, when I made my second trip to Summit, sitting there waiting to go over the blood work with this old man came in, gray hair, full beard, was having trouble breathing. And he went up to the receptionist and she said, "Well, you haven't registered. You need to register." He said, "Okay." And she said, "You can register on one of our tablets or we can do it on your phone." He said, "Well, this phone won't register on anything, So he took the tablet and he was sitting there grumbling about that, and he got a phone call on his cell phone. He started talking on his cell phone. And everything he said on his cell phone was derogatory about the process he was going through to register. And he used some words that weren't bad, but they were very, very negative about the system, we'll say. And he was saying it loud enough so that everybody in the room could hear what he was saying. And I thought to myself, I sure hope I didn't sound that bad. But when I talked to that girl and I got my blood work done, I went back to her and I said, "Look, I hope I wasn't too rude when I was talking to you about this." And she said, No, I didn't think anything of it." But when I sat there and listened to this guy, everybody in that room knew that he was angry about what he was having to do. I hope we as Christians never sound like that. I want to read one verse today. It's from James chapter 1, verse 26. "If anyone considers himself religious and yet does not keep a tight rein on his tongue, he deceives himself, and his religion is worthless." We often sing a song in church. The last verse of that song goes like this: "Angry words are lightly spoken, bitterest thoughts are rashly stirred, brightest links of life are broken by a single angry word." We want the words that we speak to glorify the Father, and for those around us to praise the Father because of the things that we say. Be safe. Stay well out there.